Hello everybody, back with another video. Gonna just keep going through the record collection, showing you guys what I got. We're gonna start off today with James Blake, Assumed Form. This was my favorite record of 2019. I don't know why exactly I got so attached to this record. I think it's just really, really good. But at the beginning of 2019, when this first came out, I listened to it on repeat for all of January, a little bit of February as well, and then kind of came back to it eventually, and just kept listening to it again and again and again. And it is such a fantastic record. I love it so much, which is funny because I'm not that crazy about other James Blake's other stuff. It's great. I just haven't really checked out much of it. So this was my first experience with him, and it's such an amazing record. It's on green. In terms of tracks and everything, just because they're all really good, but some of my favorites would be Tell Them, Into the Red, Barefoot in the Park with Rosalia, Can't Believe the Way We Flow. I'll Come To was my favorite song of 2019. That song is beautiful. It sounds like a wedding or something. It should be played at a wedding. I want to play at my wedding. Such a beautiful song. Love it. This is a near perfect album. I love it so much. Moving on, we have a classic. For Emma, Forever Ago. Bon Iver. It's perfect. It's just a perfect indie folk record. You know, Justin Vernon's beautiful, unmatched voice, completely singular in his voice. I don't think he's matched this ever. This is definitely the best thing he's done, and I know he's done some really crazy stuff in the past. I'm not a fan of his self-titled one. 22 Million and whatever the most recent one was, I forget what it's called, whatever weird title it has, whatever his most recent one was. That one was alright too. I'm not that crazy about them though. This record front to back is perfect. There isn't a bad track. There isn't a bad moment. It's one of the saddest and most heart-wrenching records I think ever. I think it's really, really, really perfect. Moving on from that. Oh, speaking of heart-wrenching. Oh, Black Star. Oh my God. This, if you aren't already familiar, this is the record that David Bowie released the weekend before he died. And the reason I know that, and I may have told the story before on this channel before, in another video, when he first released this record, I'd been looking forward to it for a while. I think it was in January he released it. In 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And I remember waiting. I stayed up till midnight on Thursday to download it. I remember I bought it on iTunes because I still wasn't using streaming services at that time. And I listened to it all night. I didn't sleep. I listened to it all night, and I listened to it all weekend. Every song is great. Every song is impressive. It's just a fantastic record. And then I woke up Monday morning, went out before I was going to school, and my mom was like, "Hey, did you hear David Bowie died?" And I went, "What? What?" And I put on Lazarus on my way to school, and it all made sense. This record is quite literally about him dying. He knew he was going to die, and this record was him coping with death. And there have been very few records as impactful and powerful as this record, personally speaking. But yeah, David Bowie's a master. He is a king, and he's it's just so weird to hear that he's gone. You know, it just didn't seem like he was of this planet. He was just an amazing, amazing creature. From there, I got more David Bowie records. I'll go through all my Bowie records. I got a little reissue of Diamond Dog. Not my favorite of his, but it's got some great songs. It got Rebel Rebel on it. How can you miss with Rebel Rebel? That's a classic. That is a killer classic record. Since it's a reissue, I got it on red. Sounds good. definitely sounds good for a reissue. They did a good job with it. Didn't butcher it or anything. And I love David Bowie. But, good lord, is that a horrendous album cover. People might disagree with me on that. I cannot. It's hard to look at this record cover. It's terrible. It's really bad. That's the gatefold there. My light is going out at the moment. Alright. I'm just going to unplug that. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Alright. Alright. Light bulb died in the middle of the video. That's cool. Anyways, more Bowie. We got Hunky Dory. I think this is also a reissue. Why is this stuck? Why are you stuck in here? Hunky Dory. This is on, I think, a gold record. This might be my favorite Bowie record. It's up there. It's got Oh You Pretty Things on it. It's got Life on Mars, which might be my favorite Bowie song. It's got Queen Bitch. I love Song for Bob Dylan and Andy Warhol. Oh, what's another good one on here? Kooks is good. Quicksand. It's got Changes. That's the first song on here. Changes. Can't go wrong with that one. Nothing but hits. I threw this in the Bowie section, even though it's a soundtrack. This is the soundtrack Labyrinth. This is an original copy. I think it was my mom's copy from back when she still lived with my grandmother. And it's one of my favorite films. I love anything Jim Henson. David's amazing in it, and the music is just as good. Who was the composer for this? Featuring David Bowie, Trevor Jones. He did a great job with the score. It fits perfectly. And the song, which one is it? As the World Falls Down. That's another wedding song right there. That's a wedding song. That song's awesome. I love that song. And then we got The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, of course, another reissue. I would like to find the originals of a lot of these, but I just grabbed the reissues because I just wanted them, you know. I forgot they had so many Bowie. I'm happy about that. This one's just on black. It's a nice 180-gram reissue, which sounds great. It's heavy. But yeah, if you don't know this record, if you don't know The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, you gotta listen to it. This is like as good as rock can get. This is rock. This is what I'd present to somebody if an alien came down and was like, what is rock music? I'd go, here you go. This record's amazing. Last Bowie one, I think. This is Young Americans. This is the one I got into most recently, and I love this record. It's one of my favorites of his. It's definitely a different sound from his 70s, or he was always in the 70s. His earlier stuff, I guess you'd say. This is like, what year is this? This is 75. Fame is killer. Fame is easily one of his best songs. Young Americans is the first one on here. He has a cover of Across the Universe on here, which I said in one of my last videos is one of my favorite Beatles songs, and he kills it. There's not a lot to hate about this record. It's just it's nothing like supremely powerful, but it's just a well-crafted album, you know. And John Lennon helped out a little bit on the album too, which I didn't know about. John Lennon's on the song Fame, and obviously he helped out with the cover of Across the Universe. But yeah, there's a lot of great personnel on this album, and a lot of just great songs. From there, we'll get into... So we're going to start with Boygenius here, which I've shown in another video. This is the Boygenius EP, which is, if you don't know, a collaboration between Phoebe Bridgers, Julian Baker, and Lucy Dacus, or Lucy Dacus, whatever you want to say. And this could not have been more perfect. These are three amazing female songwriters that I love so much. And when I heard they were collaborating, I almost passed out. And it came out perfect. It is perfect, and I want an album. I want an album now. The record is tricolored with the clear on it. Like, that's nasty. That's nasty. I know I've shown this in another record. It's in one of my thumbnails of one of my videos, but that is a nasty, nasty record. That's one of my favorites. And every song on here is here. Ketchum, Idaho is one of my favorite songs of all time. I know this came out very recently, but Ketchum, Idaho is... It's so... I need to stop saying words like beautiful and perfect. But it's amazing. It's a beautiful piece of music. And since I mentioned Phoebe Bridgers in Boy Genius, we're going to go into Phoebe Bridgers, because we're going alphabetically, and it just worked out like that. This is the newest one. This is Punisher. Came out last year. And it's just as good as her first one. Maybe better. I don't know yet. But I pre-ordered this one, so I got a nice version of the vinyl. It's like a smoky, bluish, grayish black. Beautiful, beautiful vinyl. If you don't know Phoebe Bridgers, she, indie folk songwriter. But this record she did a lot of risks with the production and the EQing and the instrumentation, and she really pushed herself forward, I feel, and lyrically she's not on point. She's like above on point. She's floating. Like, her lyrics are as incredible as they usually are times 10. It's such a beautifully sad record, but there's still a sense of humor to it. It's so soft, but can be so harsh at points too. It knows when to rise and fall. It's really a testament to how great she is, and I cannot wait to see whatever she does in the future, because I mean, both of her albums are perfect. Everything she did with A Better Oblivion Community Center, everything with Boy Genius, everything she touches just turns out amazing. So, yeah, I'm so excited to hear more from her in the future. Going on from there, another Phoebe Bridgers record. We got her first album, Stranger in the Alps. I got into this pretty soon after it came out, just from a Pitchfork review. I was like, oh, I wonder who this is. And I listened to it and got obsessed with it immediately. And then she just kind of blew up as this album started gaining traction. And then just recently, she got those Grammy nominations. She's been blowing up, and I love seeing it. This is the first pressing of this from Dead Oceans. It's done the Lavender, which I think is actually worth a little bit now, because this wasn't like a major release when it first came out. She really, it dropped, and then it got the traction it did. Yeah, that is an amazing album. Listen to Funeral, Scott Street Killer, her cover of You Missed My Heart is lovely. Fuck Sun Kill Moon and Mark Koslick, but the song's good. Her cover. Listen to her cover over the Sun Kill Moon one, because fuck Mark Koslick. Moving on from Phoebe, we have Danny Brown. This is another one I've shown in the video before. This is Downward Spiral. This is the only Danny Brown record I have. I haven't listened to much past this one. I really should, because he's so talented. This is a really emotional, really thought-provoking, and very what's the word? When you look, it looks in it's very self-reflecting. There we go. Self-reflecting hip-hop record. If you don't know Danny Brown, he's got a very unique nasally voice, great beat choices, he's got a lot of taste. He's sick on the mic, but knows how to be emotional, and I don't know, he's just everything. He's a very versatile guy. The packaging on this one's really cool. I showed you it has a pink vinyl in there. But it comes with the sleeve, with the album cover, and then both the sleeves go in here. This one might actually be worth some, too, because this was like the deluxe version when this came out. And I really love this record. If you want a really, really great hip-hop song, listen to Really Doe, which is with him, with Kendrick, Earl Sweatshirt, and Ab Soul, and it bangs. It goes. It goes. Pneumonia is great. Ain't It Funny? Lost, Dance in the Water, When It Rain. Too many good tracks on here to count. Fantastic, fantastic hip-hop album. Something I got into recently, Jeff Buckley. This record in particular, Grace. I had one of those moments where I was looking for new music to listen to, and I went, okay, what's a classic? What's a classic record? What's a classic artist that I got a blind spot in? Somebody I should know, but I don't. And, I don't know, Jeff Buckley popped up in my head, and I went, I know his Hallelujah cover. Wonder if the record's any good. And the record, lo and behold, is good. It's good. Obviously, the Hallelujah cover is the most famous thing on here, but his version of Lilac Wine, the original's on here. Mojo Pin, Grace. I think Last Goodbye is his song. I think he wrote that one. But yeah, he's a amazing songwriter, incredible singer, and just a wealth of good music on top of that, a good knowledge of good music. I have the Newberry Comics blue exclusive version. Yeah, gone way too soon. Gone way too soon. And then we go to his dad. I think it's his dad. Let me just get these out of the way. I'm pretty sure this is his dad. I'm not positive. But I got 2 Tim Buckley records, one of which I listened to a little bit. Happy Sad. A lot trippier, more psychedelic, longer songs, very forward-thinking folk record. And then this one I've never listened to. I think this was his debut, maybe. But I've never listened to anything on this one, so I can't really speak on it. But somebody I want to get into more eventually. From there, I want to get into one of my favorite records from last year. This is Sugar Egg by Bowie. Got a signed version, which is nice. Got this on yellow. Bowie is a punk act. Good pop edge to them. Great vocals. Great front woman. Lyrics are they're not bad. They don't jump out to me that much. But the thing that jumped out to me was the aggression and the catchiness of this record, and the production. The production's just rough enough to be, it's not rough around the edges in a bad way. It just has a nice like dirt to it, I guess. Man, it's a great record. I think it's pretty fun. From there, we're gonna do a psychedelic folk classic. Just Another Diamond Day by Vashti Bunyan. This record is wonderful and has inspired so many other records that have come out. You can hear her in Joanna Newsom. You can hear her in Early Animal Collective. You can hear her in Devandra Banhart. She has so much influence in so much modern folk music that a lot of people that she goes very unrecognized for. Fleet Foxes, you can hear her in Fleet Foxes. Like, she has an influence that goes further than a lot of people know, and it's a shame that not enough people know about her. Because this record's beautiful, beautiful record, and kind of inspired a scene of psychedelic folk musicians in the early to late 2000s with people like Joanna Newsom and Devandra Banhart and Animal Collective and kind of like that. They would use this as a reference as what the sound they wanted to make, and it's amazing, and it's a shame that less people know about this record. It's lovely album. We're getting into some Kate Bush. Kate Bush. We got Hounds of Love. Whoo. Heavy album. Heavy hitting album. One of the best albums of the 80s. One of the best albums ever. She's a singular artist. She has such a unique vision and was just unafraid. And I love that about her. She's so forward-thinking and so confident. But if you have not heard Hounds of Love, man, you're missing out. Running Up That Hill? How can you deny that song? Cloud Bustin', Hounds of Love, The Big Sky, Hello Earth. Man. Too good. Way too good. This is, sticking with Kate Bush, one of my prized possessions. I regretted buying it in the moment because it was so expensive. I no longer regret buying it because I use it constantly. It was $100. This is all 4 of Kate Bush's first albums. This is Kate Bush Remastered in Vinyl Volume 1. I didn't buy Volume 2 because her later records I don't listen to that much. This is more her era. I mean, I listen to Hounds of Love the most, and so I kind of gauge how much I love things by that. But this has The Kick Inside. It's got Lionheart, Never Forever, and The Dreaming. Never Forever and The Dreaming are probably my 2 favorites behind Hounds of Love. The Kick Inside's pretty good, and I don't think I've listened to Lionheart. I don't remember much about it at all. But Never Forever's got Babushka on it. Babushka, dude, that song. She has too many classics. Like, she should not be allowed to have that many classics, that many hits, that many bangers. Babushka, man. All We Ever Look For. Oh my, just Sat in Your Lap. Oh God, so Houdini, All the Love, Get Out of My House. This is a great collection. Look at that. Like, I got all 4 in there. I'm not taking them out just because I'm not trying to make a mess for myself, but like, man, Kate Bush. Shouts out my mom for introducing Kate Bush. Shouts out my mom. Car Seat Headrest. I don't know why I just like blacked out for a second there. Car Seat Headrest. This is Teens of Denial. This is what got me into them. This is the record that I started on with them, and it's a fantastic little indie rock record. I love how gargantuan their sound is. It really seems like they pull from that like early Sufjan Stevens thing of like not being afraid to make a song that's complicated, long, multi-phased. And obviously in regards to the indie scene, I love their ambition. They're just ambitious rock songwriters. Will Toledo does an amazing job. All the band members do an amazing job and pull their own, and he's just a great songwriter. I mean, like, listen to Drunk Drivers, Killer Whales, The Ballad of the Costa Concordia, Destroyed by Hippie Powers, Fill in the Blank, Vincent. Like, can't go wrong with this one. I don't think this is on like a... No, this isn't on like a colored record or anything, but Sleeves, Whatnot, very, very good. Very great band. From there, I did not get into this record at the same time everyone else did. I know I'm a poser. I'm a fucking poser. But this I got into when they released the finished version of it, the one that wasn't like the Bandcamp version. That's when I started getting into Car Seat Headrest. And this record's amazing. This record's fantastic. Like listen to Famous Prophets and Stars or Beach Life and Death, Nervous Young and Humans, Bodies. It goes hard. I saw these guys on this tour at Mass Mocha, front row. They played Bodies, first thing out, and it was nuts. It was crazy, so good. But yeah, they're just a unmatched indie rock band right now, and then I love them. They're great. That is all I got today. I'll keep going in the future. Thank you for watching as usual. Might at some point, like I said in the early one, go back and do the soundtracks or maybe do another video. Maybe I'll do like a top whatever of 2020 video talking about what I loved in the year. Outside of that, thanks for watching. Have a good day.